Hello again. Okay, so now we're going to very quickly, again, rapid fire, address what an argumentative essay is. An argumentative essay is very, very close to what a persuasive essay is, okay? You can often pick a side of what you want to present. However, in an argumentative essay, you can also choose to remain neutral when you get to the conclusion of a 5-paragraph essay. But in an argumentative essay, it is tantamount, and I mean of the most importance, that it does not seem as though you are trying to sway the audience yourself. Rather, you have to be able to present the information and allow the information to sway. If you do not allow the information itself to speak for itself and thus sway for itself, there's a high likelihood that you will be writing a persuasive essay instead of an argumentative essay. But when you are writing an argumentative essay and you want to appear as though you are unbiased in every form, what you always have to do, this means in any point you present, okay? And I'm just going to continue using the exact same argument that I was using for the persuasive essay. Is detention an effective behavioral modifier? In any instance that you use, if you say, this makes students not want to repeat this behavior, you can also present evidence of students who want to rebel against having had to stay late. That is a very common thing. Many students will want to, it's almost doubling down on the problem, to see when or who will give in first. So, is it actually an effective behavioral modifier if there are, or there is a certain subset of students who will double down and want to see who will cave first? The teacher or the student. This is frequently how students wind up with a month, 2 months of detention all in a row because emotions have gotten so high in an argument. But then you also have to sit there and you've addressed both sides. You move on to the next point. You do the same thing. You address both sides. And then you move on to the third. You again address both sides. When you reach the conclusion, and this is the easiest form, this is the easiest format that I'm explaining. I'll explain in another video how to start alternating these formats for persuasive and argumentative. But the easiest format is intro, point, conclusion. So in your conclusion, this is where you can start presenting, there seems to be, and you always phrase an opinion statement in that manner, like there seems to be more evidence that it's not actually a deterrent. Or there seems to be more evidence that it is a deterrent for poor behavior. You phrase it as not your own opinion. If you ever say, and I've told many students in secondary and in university, if I see the phrase, I believe, no. Just chop that first part off, continue on with the sentence. No. You always move it to something along the lines of, it seems, it may be, the evidence suggests. This is you learning to write in a didactic and, more importantly, an academic manner. If I am reading something that is supposed to be argumentative, based on information, I don't really want to know what you think yourself. I want to know what information you found. That is what you put in your conclusion. Thank you.